bookworms, and welcome to the Book Up. I'm your host, Verdell Walker, and I'm so excited you're here. Each week, I dive into my latest reads and share my honest, unvarnished opinions, all in 15 minutes or less. So sit back, get cozy, and let me give you the Book Up. Today's book is The God of the Woods by Liz Moore. It's a literary mystery thriller published by Riverhead Books, an imprint of Penguin Random House. It's a long one at 496 pages, and it's also available as an ebook and an audiobook. Here's the summary. When a teenager vanishes from her Adirondacks summer camp, two worlds collide. Early morning, August 1975. A camp counselor discovers an empty bunk. Its occupant, Barbara Van Laar, has gone missing. Barbara isn't just any 13-year-old. She's the daughter of the family that owns the summer camp and employs most of the region's residents. And this isn't the first time a Van Laar child has disappeared. Barbara's older brother similarly vanished 14 years ago, never to be found. As a panicked search begins, a thrilling drama unfolds. Chasing down the layered secrets of the Van Laar family and the blue-collar community working in its shadow, Moore's multi-threaded story invites readers into a rich and gripping dynasty of secrets and second chances. When it comes to books, bigger isn't always better. There have been times when I have been in the library or in a bookstore, I'll pick up a book and read the back and think, oh man, this sounds really interesting, but wait, how many pages is this? So sometimes a big book will be a little intimidating, but in the case of The God of the Woods, this is a good thing. Trust me, you will not be able to put this book down. So let's get into what I love about this book. First of all, I love the writing in this one. Her prose was just perfect. It was sharp, crisp, evocative, and it was just so well crafted, each and every sentence. I know some people don't really care about that, but as a writer myself, I am really drawn to well-crafted prose, and Liz Moore did not disappoint there. Secondly, the thing to know about this book is that it moves back and forth in time and also between the POV of different characters. There have been more than a few books that I've read that do this, and it can make you really confused and give you whiplash. But here, the characters are so sharply written and distinct that you don't have that problem with this book. So kudos to Moore for just doing that so well. Although I did find myself going back to check what year I was reading in, but that is a very minor nitpick. So along that point, you get multiple points of view between characters, many different characters, and there are three that resonated with me the most. Three young women at different life stages. First, there's Tracy. She becomes Barbara's roommate, and she really admires Barbara and how Barbara is so straightforward and confident, and the two of them eventually become friends and confidants, which is a big deal to Tracy because all the other kids want to be Barbara's friends because Barbara is a Van Laar, but she picks Tracy. And the development of their relationship and all the angst and the secretiveness and just the beauty of relationships between teen girls are on display between the two of them, and it's just really beautiful to read. Second, there's Louise. She is 26. She is one of the camp counselors, And poor Louise has a lot going on in her life. She's trying to take care of her young brother. She's dealing with her mom, who is depressed and super irresponsible and honestly just drunk all the time, and just really working hard to put a roof over her family's head. And because of a series of very unfortunate events, she is wrongfully framed for Barbara's disappearance. She trusts in the wrong people, and, she almost ends up becoming a victim of both financial inequality and sexism in this town. And lastly, there's Judita Luptak. She is a Polish-American police officer. She is the first, I think, female trooper in Albany, and also the first female investigator in New York State. But, even with all of that career gold star, she still can't tell her very traditional family that she wants to move out and get her own place. So she still lives in Schenectady and has this really awful commute to get to the Van Laar camp to investigate Barbara's disappearance. And she has to get up at the crack of dawn to do all of this. But poor Judy, she is smart, enthusiastic, observant. She deals with a lot of mansplaining at the workplace, but she is doing her best to puzzle together two missing persons cases, both Barbara's and also the resurrected case of Barbara's little brother. And, she does a great job of it, even though the men around her don't really think that much of her. Does that sound familiar? I'm sure it does to a lot of listeners. Overall, this narrative that Moore has created really keeps you guessing with great, shocking twists. I am not going to give it away, but this is definitely one of those thrillers that when the twist came, I didn't see it coming. I always was sitting back like, wow, that came out of nowhere, but also well-earned and obvious in hindsight. I personally really appreciated the commentary on sexism in this book. Judy and Louise working hard to get justice for overlooked women, and a couple of other characters as well work hard at that. And then also the tension that can exist between the rich and the working class is very much on display in this book, and the struggles of ordinary blue-collar people. The townies in this book almost all work for the Van Laar family, and they're dependent on them and resentful of them with good reason. So there are a lot of threads that just make this such a nuanced and interesting and propulsive story. So my final rating for The God of the Woods is 5 out of 5 stars. I'm not normally a mystery thriller girly, but this book engrossed me from start to finish. It's not just a mystery, it's a strong piece of literary fiction that uses crime and mystery to explore social themes. I would recommend it to anyone who likes shows like True Detective, Mayor of Easttown, and Fargo. So again, 5 out of 5 stars. Highly encourage you to pick this one up. Thanks for tuning in. If you enjoyed this episode, please follow or subscribe wherever you get your podcast. And if you want to read today's book, I've included shoppable links in the episode description. I'll earn a commission if you make a purchase. Thanks for supporting the show that way. I'd also love to hear from you. Leave me a rating or a review, and if you have book recommendations, drop them in the comments on my latest post over on Instagram at @thebookuppod. Thanks again for listening, and I'll catch you next time on The Book Up.